everybody, we are back. Welcome to another episode of More Than the Title. I'm your host as usual, Jarrett Thomas, Chief Revenue Officer at Outside the Box Digital. And you know I got my brother, my brethren, your favorite CEO's favorite CEO, my guys at Chadeo. What's good, baby?
We in the building, baby. And I just want to let you know I'm feeling very berry.
That's how you got the berry swag. Wait, hold on. Show me the berry swag.
I got the berry swag. And just so you know, I'm Brandon today. And you know what I'm saying? I'm Brandon. Jarrett, you Brandon?
Nah, audience, we are not coordinated. The one time I brand for 20 weeks straight. I gotta do laundry. Nigga, I gotta do laundry.
I got your ass today. So he won't get me today. He won't get me today. So if you want, let me use your line. So if anybody's feeling very berry and you want yourself one of these nice berry looking More Than the Title t-shirts, www.
My boy's ready to pod.
Go to the shop. Go to the shop. Go ahead and get you one of these very berry intact shirts.
Yes, sir. And you already know, y'all, we got a L episode lined up for y'all, man. A great episode, man. This is gonna be epic. It's gonna be legendary. But before we introduce this brother, let's give a shout out to y'all, the followers, the listeners, the supporters, subscribers, everything you want to call it, man. We really appreciate y'all. We over 100,000 views across all platforms because of your support, man. So we want to really appreciate y'all because it's hard coming up being a Black content creator and entrepreneur, and y'all help us through this shit. So we really appreciate y'all. Straight up. And also, if you want more Black content, like More Than the Title, make sure you download the Live Podcast Network app for more Black content such as this. So make sure y'all download the app, subscribe, like it. Shout out to Angel and the team, and shout out to Real Block Pictures, our executive producers. More in-persons coming soon, more new looks, and more great content. Y'all know what it is, man.
And comments, man. And they've been commenting crazy. Listen, love the feedback. Be clear. We might not be able to get back to everybody, but we sincerely appreciate the feedback, good and bad, right? Don't be afraid. If you see something wrong or you see something that you think we can make better, please let us know because we growing and glowing like Jarrett says, and we use that feedback to improve the show. So please comment and let us know your thoughts.
Facts, yo. And Shannon, I was gonna say they calling Chadeo Shannon Sharp on TikTok. They calling him Shannon Sharp. They calling him Unc on TikTok. The young bulls is fucking with. They calling him Shannon Sharp on the TikTok. So shout out to all y'all on the TikTok, man.
We love it. I love it, man. It shows they're engaging, so we can't be mad at that, man. Call me anything but broke.
But you already know, man. We about to get into the show real quick, man. But before we do, man, it's a special episode for us, a special day for us. Yeah. This is our 1-year anniversary of creating Outside the Box Digital, our own social media agency. So me and my cousin started this shit a year ago today, man, because we got tired of working for other people. We got tired of not following our dreams. We got tired of not being able to create generational wealth. We got tired of not being looked over and not looked at for our true talents. Yes, so we put our forces together. We had them on the show. And what we did, we created our LLC, and we've worked with big brands like Hard Rock. We work with crazy brands. We've built the business, and it's a roller coaster, y'all. Every day ain't easy. We fight through this shit. Me and my brother, we fight through this shit every single day, man, to put food on our table for our kids and to change the legacy of our family. So all the support is appreciated. And I just want to let y'all know, I hope we can inspire y'all because we walking that walk. And we talking that talk, and we bringing it right to y'all, man, straight up and down, man. One year in, and I want to tell you, cuz I love you, my nigga, and I wouldn't want to go on this journey with anybody else, man. And you know that's real.
Listen, I love you, man. And it's genuine, and for everybody out there that, we full transparent. Like Jarrett said, this shit is not easy, right? We got good days, we got bad days, and we got some really fucking bad days, right? But you know what? The sun will shine. You know what I'm saying? This train ain't going to stop, and we're going to keep pushing forward, and we're going to keep trying to bring you the best content possible, and we're going to keep getting better, man. That's it, man. We don't have an option, man. There is no stopping this train, so don't get your ass caught on the tracks.
That's it. And with that being said,
let's start the show.
Let's get it rocking. We got we got a Bronx legend in the building. Bronx energy. First of all, I saw the comments. B-Road in the building.
There it is.
Big
already.
Bronx energy, man.
Already.
That's what we doing, man.
Already.
This is what it is.
Oh my God, Keith. What's up, Keith?
Yes, sir.
You know what it is.
So for those that know him, man, like us, man, this brother's a Bronx legend. Born in the Bronx in the early 1970s, like many of his peers, this brother was pulled into illegal activities in his neighborhood, and nearly inevitable outcome entered in the penal system. But in 1995, he was sentenced to 5 years on drug charges, and while still incarcerated, this brother inked a deal with Terry Woods Publishing, an independent house, to issue the hit-selling Be More Careful book. Upon his release, he found instant success, and the novel would go on to sell 100,000 copies in its first year of publication, and even more, 350,000 a day. And I think those numbers are off. You know what I'm saying? They way off. They way off. Google, you got to get it right. Put respect on my brother, man.
Bro, you did your homework, huh?
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, man. And based on the high sales figures, this brother signed a deal in 2003 with Atria Books, which was an imprint of Simon & Schuster. Huge. For a reported 6-figure deal, the second novel, Bad Girls, became an Essence #1 bestseller in the spring of 2004. You heard? And this brother is currently working on several projects and also directed the Be More Careful movie, which is currently streaming on Tubi. Make sure y'all run that up. Let's introduce this Bronx legend, best-selling author Shannon Holmes, baby.
Welcome to
the
applause, man. Welcome.
That was great. That was a great intro.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, King. Thank you for pulling up to the show, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And shout out to our brother Nestor too, man. Thank you for hooking us up, man. Kings do king stuff, man. This is big Bronx energy, and we gonna get into it, brother. So we from the Bronx. I know you from uptown, man. Walk us through the beginning, man, and kind of tell us your journey before you got incarcerated. Tell us what life was like.
Oh man, you know, we always say, we had a good childhood, man. It was never really nothing malicious, though. We fought each other, but it was never we ain't never want to stab you, kill you. We fought each other, came back outside, and we might fight again the next day, but it was nothing crazy. Not like these kids, you know what I'm saying? Not like these days, you know what I'm saying? Right. We had a beautiful outside. Like, this is when video games was a rarity. You know what I'm saying? It's before video games. We had to go outside to have a good time. You had to be amongst your peers and play outside. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, hot peas and butter. Yeah. Football, sewer to sewer. 21. Basketball. I've never. Like, when they said somebody was a dual threat athlete, I understood that because we played football in the winter and we played basketball in the summer. So I understood what they were doing already. So, so life was pretty good growing up. I'm the last of 6, 3 brothers. I got 3 brothers. No, 2 brothers. I'm the third. 3 boys, 3 girls. So we like the Black Brady bunch. So father was transit. Mother was a meter maid, which is now what's they call the ticket people now? I don't know what they call them now.
Ticket agent, yeah.
But we're originally from West Bronx, like Davidson Avenue, 174th and Davidson. Well, my father caught the job and we moved uptown. Got a little private house, and one of the biggest misconceptions: everybody in a private house is rich. That's far from the truth. Everybody in the projects ain't broke. And everybody in the private house ain't rich.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that maybe my parent had money to put the down payment on the house.
Message. That's it.
I was supposed to get you on the everybody in the project saying, bro.
I wanted to let him keep going, but that was.
I mean, because I've been inside people's cribs in the project, and you be like, you have to go back outside and look. This is where I'm at. Because it's civil servants that work in the projects. It's all kinds of walks of life that live in the projects. You know what I'm saying? They just live there. They just couldn't afford the down payment for the house. So that's a big misconception. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, I didn't have everything I wanted, but I had everything I needed.
You know
what I'm saying? So, and it was just a little thing. We just had fun. Like I said, just growing up. You grew up with. I always say this, and I say this 1,000 times. Who you go to school with, probably most likely dictates who you're going to be.
Yeah, okay. I could agree with that. What school you went to?
I went to PS 78.
Okay.
And so when crack hit, a lot of them same kids, they was dabbling in the game. And so one day I'm coming from ECG, East Chester Gardens. I was playing ball, and my man was like, "Yo, sit down here. Sit next to you. Chill out with me. Basically chill." I'm like, "Yo, I'm hungry. My feet beat. I'm just playing ball. Coming from basketball practice." He like, "Yo, I'll buy you anything you want." I was like, "Bet." I went right around the corner, ordered chicken wings and French fries, and and I just chilled with my man. And from that, so that was like kind of like my introduction to the game.
Wow, shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just, he wasn't really touching no drugs. He was just like watching the stash. And that was my thing. I ain't got to touch. When you feel that you don't got to touch nothing, you ain't got to do nothing, but you're still involved. You feel like you're not involved.
Yeah.
I ain't touch nothing. You're not involved. So this is the way you justifying yourself of doing something illegal or immoral. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't touching it. So the dude was like, so eventually the dude came to me. It's like, yo, tell me, all you got to do, you got to touch nothing. Just tell me who go buy my stash. And that's all I had to do.
I got a question for you, Shannon. Give me a age that you started at. 15, 16, what age was that?
Man, that probably was like 13, 14.
I think that's the age.
You were still young, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
junior high school.
Okay, because you made a very powerful statement that I gotta backtrack on. You said you didn't have everything that you wanted, but you had everything that you needed.
Yeah.
So if you had everything that you needed, you know what I'm saying, and you had that kind of stability in your household, that kind of knew right from wrong, right? And you knew that, even though you ain't touching it, I'm pretty sure at that point you knew it was wrong, right? So
I know what you're saying. I know what's going on, but
why
they say
yourself in that.
So you saying like you trying to ask me like what made you go that route? Basically, what you just saying to me. So they say only two things prevent you from doing things in life, illegal or immoral: hell, your religious beliefs, or your fear of jail. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fear jail was the unknown, of course it was, but I didn't fear it. I heard scary stories, but like, yeah, it's the boogeyman, you know what I'm saying? But when I went to church, I went to a Catholic church, I didn't get that feeling. It was just almost like robotic. Sit up, stand down, kneel, sit, stand, kneel, sit, stand, kneel. I never got that feeling like when you got and I was moved. I was never moved. So I was just there because my parents made me go there.
Facts.
They said you're gonna die one day. That's what that's what I was always told. You're gonna die one day. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. We probably was like one of the few black families in that church. I never saw none of my people from the hood in the church. You know what I'm saying? And it was 2 blocks away from the block. So it was just. It was just nothing that growing up, I'm starting to grow up. At 8 years old, I got a brother that's 10 years older than me and 5 years older than me. At 8 years old, my big brother goes to the army. At 12 years old, my middle brother goes to the army. So I'm there to grow up by myself. Not to say that, I was pretty much like a latchkey child, I can say that, because I have 2 working parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they can only shelter you from so much. Their main job is to provide that roof, food, feed you, and rule. So a lot of their time is going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I grew up, I grew up with a mother and father, but I grew up by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up by myself and I was able to get into some of the things. Like people would ask me, like you said, back to your question, yo, Shannon, how you do that shit? Because everybody knew my father. My father was a big dude. My father was like James from Good Times. My father put hands on you. Like my father is that guy, like the disciplinarian of my family. If you ain't got a father in my family, my father will gladly be it. He'll gladly come over and whoop your ass. If one of his sisters called and said, "Hey, such and such is acting up over here," oh, he's there. Oh, he gonna put hands and dare you to say that you're not my father. Oh my God, you gonna get another ass whooping for that. So
shit. That's real. That's real. Yeah,
I just began to, I think I heard Jay-Z said is he left his house, he went distance and further. He had to learn these rhymes. When I started getting friends not from around my area, going to junior high school, going different places, and just dibbling in enough in criminality, but not hardcore yet. But that would change with the invention of crack. When crack came along, we was like, what, 15, 16. So we were seeing, we was in the middle of the storm. We were seeing dudes come leave the block broke, come back. Well, we thought was rich with a Benz in the, but little did we know that stuff that we was worth that we was so willing to die for meant nothing in the big scheme of things.
Message.
But
that was real.
my pops could see me going wrong. He could see people, they fall into patterns. That's why people get caught, because they go back to the same habit. So I start falling into these little patterns, hanging out, and they can see like you're not home so much. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? And people knew me. My father has a lot of friends, so people know me that I don't even know. So I could be on the block and they just ride through. I saw your son out there. That was that era. So, a couple of times my father came out there and checked on me himself, like, and told me, like, yo, only 3 things ready for you right now: jail, the army, or the graveyard. What's it gonna be?
That's right.
And I'm too young and dumb to think that. I don't know what got into me at that point. Like, it was like I hadn't seen death yet amongst my peers. And just thinking that I could get away with, thinking I could be slick and get away with everything.
Yeah, we just said that's the competitive podcast trying to call when my nigga talking that talk, man.
So Shannon, did you double book, bro? Because they trying to call right now, like, yo, he was supposed to be on the show.
Nah, they're not. They're not doing that.
The competitors
is not coming to y'all show.
Yeah. So what was I saying now?
You were saying
I forgot what I was saying.
I gave you 3 options.
Jail, army, and the graveyard. I knew at 8 years old, I knew I wasn't going to the military because I ain't like my father's order, so I couldn't see me being in the military. I couldn't see it. So me as a kid, I'm like, yo, what? My father said the military make a man out of you. I said, why I got to go to the military to be a man? He couldn't answer that because that's what he did. Whenever you follow in a great man's footsteps, they tend to think that the things that work for them are going to work for you.
Message.
Okay, I got it. The funny thing about that is, and I know you probably didn't even realize this, I posted this yesterday. I actually posted literally what you just said yesterday, and I said somebody told me that I got big shoes to fill, and I said no, I don't. I fit mine just fine. You understand? So I actually literally posted a saying of that yesterday. Was your father in the army? So you said your father was in the army, your big brother?
Military. Yep. Yeah, army.
I got you.
Because I was going to say, bro, your story resonates with both of us. Because you're talking to one who's a military man, and you're talking to one, I was one of the only guys in my neighborhood who had both parents. Same thing, middle family. My mom was assistant principal. My pops worked for 2 jobs for 27 years, bust his ass. But guess what? I was in the streets. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't because I didn't have everything. I could have got anything. As long as I got good grades, I could get the Jordans, I could get the fly shit, and but I wanted to be outside. At 13 years old, bro, I was in Catholic school and doing all that same shit, the Ave Marias and all that shit. That shit didn't resonate with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I went to Evander, and when I got to Evander, I got kicked out of my Catholic schools, and when I got there, it was a wrap. I started going in the streets. At 13, 14 years old, my brothers were sitting there rocking, wearing Uzis in their backpacks. But you know what saved my ass? Was my father and my parents. The fact that I knew who he was, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't be that because my father's the patriarch of the family like yours is. If anybody got a problem in the family, they come into him. And how can I be the one of, the son of him, of that type of man, and I'm the one fucked up in the family, bro, and it hits you differently. So, like, everything you said, bro, I felt like you said my story. Yeah. That shit was real.
It hit me, shit, minus me. Shit, I think I went a little bit harder. Like, it was like, yo, like, I can remember my uncle saying to me one time, he said, yo, we all thought that you was going to be the one to make it. I said, I did. Just a whole lot of years later than y'all thought I was.
Shit.
So success is what you determine for yourself.
That's it.
For some people, success is just getting out of the street. That's it. Just something simple as that.
Some people's success is just surviving a tomorrow. Is that real out here?
Some people just success is getting a check at the end of the week. That's it. Because they know what they've been through.
That's real.
But anyway,
hold on, Shannon. Let me jump in for a second because
okay.
Your story and Jarrett's story is so similar. It's almost like the gift and the curse because you have to provide for the household, right? So mom is working, dad is working, right? But in providing for the household and trying to give your children what they want more than just what they need, right? Some of the things that they actually want, it does pull you away from the household often. And then it allows for your child now, their main influence to be the 10 hours they're in school and then their friends or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, school becomes a babysitter. That's all school is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yo, but like when you go to work, you exchange time for money, and you're never fully compensated for your time unless you're an athlete or an entertainer.
Message.
Spitting.
Well, I mean, I gotta disagree to that. I think time and compensation is relevant to your circumstance, right? Yes, athletes and entertainers. We're talking about the 1%.
Overcompensated,
right? But let's just say the 1%, right? I'm just saying for the average person, you don't have to take that job, right? You used to go on interviews, right? You used to put in a resume. You're asking for that job, and then they do what? They offer you a salary. This is what the job comes with. These are the hours. These are the requirements. You have the opportunity to walk away and say, no, this is not worth my time.
But if you want better for your family, you're gonna say yes.
Yeah, but see, you see, but again, what's better, right? What's better? I'm providing more, but I'm losing my child to the influence of the streets. So better is now relevant to your mentality of what is better.
Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah,
y'all niggas pardon right now. Yeah, pardon. Niggas pardon right now, boy. That's real.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, I was a street kid, but I was a street kid like Jarrett said. I didn't have both parents. You know what I mean? Yeah. They were alive, but my mom raised me. But you know, they both was in the streets. So street life is all we knew. You understand what I'm saying? Like there was no other option. So it wasn't like, we not getting provided. My mom in the streets, my uncle in the streets, my father in the streets, my cousins we in the streets. So it's a completely different dynamic. Your side of the story, Jarrett's side of the story, my side of the story. Guess what? We all ended up in the same place.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a choice. Like, even when you think if you ain't got no choice, you got a choice.
Absolutely.
I always said that later on in life, as when you look back, because peer pressure is real, and when you go to jail, that peer pressure becomes tear pressure.
That's crazy,
dude. Dude's got to do something that he's not built for.
Yeah,
because everybody in the tier is watching.
So before we get into that, bro, tell us, how did you get locked up? What was the charge, if you don't mind sharing?
Okay,
because you said you wasn't touching it, you wasn't touching the drugs or nothing.
Oh, no. So okay, so that's at first.
Yeah. How did it graduate?
And everything starts off nicely at first. So you know, I'm dibbling and dabbling, you know, get my little ends and not touching nothing, keeping my hands clean, throwing dirt and hiding my hands. And so one day, me and my man, we sneaking off the skate key. My God, I said that, my man Charlie, and this big dude stopped us. His name is Bouncer. Big, just imagine what it looks like. Big ball headed.
Makes sense.
Yo, so he like, yo, Charlie, where the fuck you been at all day? Blah 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 blah. If I get knocked with this work, I'm gonna smack the shit out you. Nigga said, yo, Bounce, I was with my grandma. I had to do something for my grandma. I gotta go somewhere for her now. He was like, yo, what about you? You working? What the fuck was I gonna say? No. Yeah, I'm working. Fuck it, right? So he gave me the stash. He gave me the pack, and you know, I'm holding them down, moving around, stashing it underneath stashing in the car bumper, stashing it behind the car tire. Anywhere I can stash at, any little stash spots I know, I'm stashing that. So finally, somebody pulls up, and he don't want to serve her because he know the chick want credit. So he like, yo, shorty, yo, come here, shorty. Now he's talking nice to me, so immediately my fucking antennas are raised. This nigga don't never talk nice to nobody. So, you come here for a minute, shorty. Yo, what's up? You see that lady over there? I'm like, yeah. He like, yo, go tell her, go serve her. Tell her you got my thing. I was like, yo, I don't make sales. He was like, what? You do what the fuck I tell you to do? I'ma smack this shit out of you. I said, oh, okay. Went over there. I was so nervous making the sale. And I remember seeing my brother's friend. And he gave me that look like, ooh, I'm telling.
Wow.
But I wasn't really scared of that. Because my brother was a half a world away. In Germany or Korea. Fuck he gonna do to me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well.
So boom. I go there. She wound up not even wanting nothing. She just wanted him so she can get some credit, and she pulls off. So that was my first. That's how I first really got indoctrinated into that. You know what I'm saying? I was forced to. And after a while, it just becomes like, yo, you taking packs and you busting cells.
So what you really saying is Bouncer said this to you.
If I raise up, gonna be trouble.
And you believe them.
What do you mean you're not going over to that car?
Yo,
what do you mean?
And you believe him because he's very big and he's intimidating. You're a kid.
Facts. Be like
when I see some of the older, bigger dudes, and I see them now, and we the same height, and I'm like, damn, bro, he was so big to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I just bumped into somebody recently that I said that to. I was like, damn, bro, I feel like so fucking I feel like so ashamed. Your dudes is my height now. I'm like, yo, that's what, I'm not taking into account that I got big too. You know what I'm saying?
I let him ride the first 2 times. I let him ride the first. I ain't gonna hold you. I wanted to let him finish. I wanted to let him finish.
I want to throw the headphones. Your niggas are stupid.
I wanted to let him finish.
I got tall. I got taller too. I got taller. Okay.
We gotta fuck with you, bro. We gotta have some entertainment. But this is an ill story. This is an ill ass story. But that was entertainment.
But wait, let me just educate the masses real quick. For any of the youth that's listening to this, right? You don't have to touch drugs. Even watching the stash or even looking in the direction where somebody could go get drugs is called staring. The charge is called staring, right? You still get charged. They can lock you up for that. And God forbid you're in the middle of something like a RICO case where they snatch everybody up with them yellow envelopes, that indictment. I've seen kids get like 15 years for that.
And don't know the person on their case. They like, yo. But so I wound up started busting cells, moving along. But this is the first year TNT comes out. So now my older dude's like, yo, that dude right there wants something. Spit out my cracks, go serve them. Them niggas 5 seconds later, them niggas run down on me. But I slide on my
TNT, they was running up on niggas the Tuesday.
Yo, bro.
Oh my god.
We had that first year, it was no TNT Tuesday.
That's crazy.
It was nothing. They was just
hungry,
running up, snatching people,
snatching everybody. So they threw me in. So that was my first, my first case, a direct sale. So
wow,
I go to court for that. I'm fighting this shit. Go to court for that. Got bailed out, right? Mm-hmm. So I go to court for it, and they weighed my joint to Supreme Court. What? And yeah. So
how does that happen?
Time out.
I don't know, bro.
How old was you when you got caught for the direct sale? 16. No way that should have went to Supreme Court. Absolutely not. And
wow.
What I mean, we got to talk about it because it's past.
It went from Bronx criminal one day. You going to your Supreme now?
What was the amount though? What was it?
It was a fucking few dollars.
2 for $5. Oh my God, not a 2 for $5.
No, yo, so boom. Crazy. Now we don't sell 2 for $5 uptown, dog. Those was like 20s. It was like this is not downtown. It's not Harlem. This is the Northeast Bronx. I'm sorry.
Rich quarter prices.
Yeah. Nah.
That was your problem. You going after them mid-range customers.
Yo, so the judge said, so one day I come to court. This is the time I even got my mother ain't even come with me. He says to me, you got anything to see? Yo, so I come in the courtroom. My public defender says to me, you might be going to jail today. I said, what?
Oh shit.
Okay. So the lawyer, so I think I'm gonna talk my way up out of this shit. Fuck that, right? So or so I thought, right?
Fired you on the spot when he said that.
So shit. So the lawyer, so I go. So the judge says, "You got anything to say? Before you get sentenced?" So now the whole time, they call your name, your docket number, the state of New York versus Shannon Holmes. You come up in there, coming through the little thing, and then now the what you call is in back of you. The court officer's playing with the handcuff.
Wow.
I should have known that was a telltale sign, right? So I said, yeah, you got anything to say? I said, yeah, my mother didn't know I had to go to court today, and she got a bad heart. I was saying all kind of crazy. I tried to throw myself on the mercy of the court, only to find out that the court had no mercy.
Oh my goodness.
So he said, and this I never spoke to a judge after this ever in my life. He said, "Your mother's ashamed of you. Her youngest son in the highest court of the land. Take him away." They gave me a split sentence, 6 months and 5-year probation.
No
Sealed,
way.
though. It was
No
sealed.
way.
I'm telling you.
Time out.
I'm dead ass.
Time out.
5-year probation.
Time out. I'm not even being funny, but you must have had the fucking worst public defender in the history of public defenders. And
Bro.
first of all, when you walked into the court and he said, you know, you might be going to jail, I'd have looked at him like, what the is wrong with this guy? Am I getting him or what? What are you talking about?
You might have looked at him like that.
Yo, that shit is crazy.
But you was going.
How you get 6 months for a direct sale as a minor and end up in Supreme?
No, you're not. At 16, you're not a minor in New York State, bro. You're not a minor in New York State, bro. Out of town,
you are a minor.
Yeah,
you are a minor.
If you're 16, you going to Rikers C-74.
Listen, at 16, you are still a minor. Legally, you are still a minor. The most they could do when we used to get in trouble at 15, 16 is try to send you to Spofford. You understand?
At 15, they send you to Spofford.
Bro, we'll talk, but trust me.
Yeah.
16 is still a minor.
I never got that. I mean, I got in trouble with my man. Like, we was in a stolen car. He 15. His mother came to pick him up, but I went to fucking to Central Bookings.
That's crazy.
That's
so
wild.
That was my first case, right? Still didn't learn nothing from that. You know, back out, right back at it. You know what I'm saying? Back with your boys and everything. The game is growing. Everything's. So what was my second? So then DC. Around the same time, dude started going out of town. So the first dude I ever heard going out of town, he said he was going to Boston. And the second dude I ever heard going out of town was going to Baltimore. Then my block just started going to DC. So I think before I caught that case, I went to DC with my man. It was me, my man Toy, God bless the dead, Rambo, and me. Rambo was older than us. So my other man had already been out there with a group of older dudes, so he just gave us the address. And we just had the audacity to go out there. I can remember I was 15, 16. My mother was like, "Yo, where was you at all day?" I said, "Oh, I went to a Great Adventure and the bus broke down." Because we going down, it takes you 3 hours to go down, 3.5 hours to get to DC. Getting back, you just can't jump on a train when you want to jump on a train. It's scheduled to go. Yeah. So I didn't get home till I might have left that morning, and I didn't get home to the next wee hours of the next morning. So a whole day. It wasn't like back in like now where you can call your cell phone and where are you, where you at? Nah, you had to deal with that when you get home. Yeah. Many times I knew I had an ass whipping waiting for me when I got home. I just take the ass whipping. Fuck it.
That's right, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So what they gonna say? Why you ain't call home? Oh, I ain't. You make up some kind of lie. So went to DT. That was my first time out of town, and I can remember I didn't even know we had accents from New York, and we was on New York Avenue in DC, and the little girl said, "Hey, New York." I'm like, "Yo, how the fuck she know we from New York?" Because we thinking we had never been out of town without our parents. Unless it was down south. This is our first move. If nobody, no adults there. We just we busting a drug move, hitting the block, and came right back. So that was just enough to whet our appetites. So we would eventually go out of town. Like my whole block started going out of town. It was so bad. It wasn't like who was out of town. It was who was on the block. Because everybody was out of town. So it became all these cliques and stuff like that. So we went to DC. And that's why I caught my second charge.
And that's the one that's for 5 years?
No.
Okay.
I caught that charge. So
wait. Before you jump into it, it's something called raise the age. It's called raise the age. So again, New York State was looking at minors as being 16, but under the New York State Penal Code, they had to actually introduce legislation in 2018 and 2019 to raise it to 18. 2018, they raised it to 17. 2019, they raised it to 19. And before that, I guess they had the option to prosecute 16-year-olds as adults. But when
who started that? It was this kid named Willie Bossett, the Willie Bossett story. He was the first juvenile offender charged with like a double murder.
Okay.
So it's a book about him called All God's Children. And I read that book. Why New York State is like that. This kid, he's the most dangerous felon in New York State prison system history.
Wow.
Right.
Everywhere he go, he had to be mitts and all that, red card and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Crazy. Never heard. That's
crazy.
crazy.
The thing about it is, though, New York was one of only 2 states that have that law. Every other state, the law was already 18. New York was the only one of 2 states that actually had that law that had to be changed from 16 and above. I guess it just was up to the judge to make their decision. Like I said, I don't understand how you got hit. Me and Jarrett, a lot of guys, we've been out there, bro. Hand to hands, especially for a little dime. I don't care, dime 20, bro. You do the weekend, you coming home, bro.
Yeah.
For your case to get transferred from Supreme right off the back, something went.
They were trying to make an example. Something happened, son.
That's exactly what happened. Tried to make an example. Well, did make an example.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it wasn't a good enough example because I still was doing my shit when I got out. So it was like that was a slap on the wrist. That was a slap on the wrist. So you go through jail and you see what jail's about. Oh, and it becomes the same thing. That's why niggas keep going back to jail because they don't fear that shit. Yeah. Niggas like, oh, I know what it's hitting for. You know the routine. You know what's going to happen if you go back to jail. So, caught the case in Maryland, in DC, Maryland area. I caught 2 cases. Bailed out on the first, $5,500. Second one, I was stuck. Boom. So I got 8 years. One get 8 years, doing 3.5. I still didn't find myself. Like I ain't going to pretend like I got in trouble once and oh, that was it. I went straight. Hell no. It took me multiple times of beating my head against that wall, and that's what they say. That's the mark of insanity. When you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. Yeah. So I wasn't ready to change. Honestly, I wasn't ready to change. So now we starting to see death. We starting to hear about these murders and these killings, and you're starting to see people rise in different organizations because they were willing to do more. Yeah. The people who were willing to put in a lot of work, that's who rose. Yeah. And it was just people like me that would just did that didn't compromise their integrity. Yeah. We were who we were. Yeah. With this drug game or without the drug game, we still the same people. So, but you be around a bunch of goons. You know what I'm saying? You still mingling. These might be your friends. Your friend might have never killed nobody in New York, but he killing people out here. Like it ain't nothing, and you gotta respect it. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. I was telling somebody, I said, I could deal with somebody. You can offend me and me not know it and not know it, but disrespect is a choice.
Shit.
Message.
Yeah.
Disrespect is a choice, bro. And for the niggas I was growing up around, they be like, yo, who the fuck you think you talking to? That's the warning. You don't get no more warnings. That's it. Because killers respect. Yep. Killers respect other killers.
Violence.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I catch that charge. I'm politicking with dudes in the jail. I'm in Baltimore now. I'm locked up in Maryland, upstate Maryland.
What age is that? What age are you now?
I'm 18.
Okay. So you did your first 6 months at 16.
Yeah.
And then went to Maryland at 18 and got caught. Did you finish high school before?
No. Okay. Dropped out of Evander.
Okay.
That money, I said, yo,
crazy.
That school always been there. This money might not be here. That was my sick rationalization of me dropping out of school. So I will be going to become the first one of my mother's only child that didn't graduate school. Everybody in my family graduated, except for me.
What
That's
grade?
Crazy you went to Evander, nigga. That's crazy. Huh? That's crazy you went to Evander.
That too, because you said you went to Evander.
I graduated from Evander.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I just want to know what grade did you stop your education
10th.
at?
10th.
Okay.
But I should have been probably about 11th or some shit like that. You know, you be in 10th grade with 11th grade credits or however that dumbass shit worked. But anyway, by that time I probably lost all interest in school. I had lost all. School was just a fashion show. We going there, cutting out late. You know what I'm saying? And it's so much tension in the crib. And so I had an incident on my block with my cousins that I got jumped. And I can remember, like, niggas ain't see it though. I had my whole little team was out there, but they ain't see it. I'm in the block busting the cell, and this nigga come. I'm gonna leave his name out. This nigga come, and he was much bigger than me at that time. You know what I'm saying? So he grabbed me, tried to grab me up. I'm holding on to the car. See, I'm serving a white dude. So nigga can't pull me out the car. So that nigga kicked me in the face with his boom. I said, oh shit, right? I ate that, went down the block, right? So I'm like, yo, if a nigga would apologize, I probably would have sent him the bottle because ain't nobody see it but me and him. But that shit just burnt me up, right? Nigga was like, yo, come in. So we started fighting, whatever. So he tried to grab me. I dipped him and then I punched him. Bow. So then his brother came, right? So I'm just talking my shit, backing up. I hit the next corner. I was gone. So they chased. So whatever, they chased me. So they had caught me, whatever, away from the block. Jumped me, whatever. So I come back to the block. And my man see me. He's like, yo, what the fuck happened to you? I said, yo, my cousins jumped me. He was like, what? Them ain't your fucking cousins. Take this. I took it. I seized the niggas. I'm like, I'm so mad I could do it, but I'm like, this is a family beef. It's no coming back from this. This won't be a stranger. I decide not to take it. So then I go in the crib. My pop's like, yo, who did that to you? I'm like, no, I never ran home. So I don't know how to go home to my father. So I was like, nobody, nothing. What happened? Nothing. Yo, stay here. I'm gonna find out what happened. So he goes to the dude, the dude not knowing, he goes to the dude that did it. And of course he gonna say what he gonna say to protect his ass. Yeah. Oh, remember you told me if he's selling drugs to stop him? Some old game like that happened, right? Okay, cool.
Shit.
So I was kind of upset that he believed he took his word over my word. So I was like, all right. I said, I'm leaving. I was looking for a reason to leave anyway, and this was it. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's real.
So this was it. I was like, I'm out. I went to Maryland. I went to D.C. that weekend. Never came back home. So now I'm in it. This time I'm feeding myself. This time I'm clothing myself. I'm in the game. Full-fledged, head first. And I'm just around. I always hustled with dudes that were never my peers. I hustled with dudes that was 8 to 10 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, yo, you know, where you get these thoughts from and stuff like that, I get it. Essentially, I get it from them. I always say I'm a piece of everybody that I ever came in contact with. I took all the good out of them and gave it to myself. You know what I'm saying? The qualities that I found endearing in them, I took from them. Like I always believe, you had to be a good friend, you had to have good friends. They show you the way.
Facts.
They show you the way. You can't just, something, I'm a good friend. Nah, this nigga gonna show you how to be a good friend, how to be loyal. He gonna show you by being it to you. And you're gonna want that same, so you're gonna be it to him. So that's pretty much it. So, you know, I get back, whatever. Still, I never said like, yo, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna do right. I was like, jail was just a school where I was trying to network and become a bigger and better criminal.
Yeah.
So I'm
real, yo. Real.
I meet the kids from Baltimore. You know, I play ball, so I was always good in ball. You know what I'm saying? So, basketball is a universal language. If you speak that fluently, you can go anywhere. You're gonna make friends. Basketball make friends, bro. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
I mean, these kids be like, they don't go to this neighborhood. I said, yo, nigga, it ain't a neighborhood uptown I ain't never been in, because I play ball.
Exactly.
And you gonna go to all the neighborhoods, the best neighborhoods to get the best runs.
Yeah.
From Magenta to ECG to 220 to 121 to anywhere you can name, I've been there and played.
Yeah.
Growing up, and sometimes that shit saves you, because you can get to a beef with some niggas over there, and they could be ready to jump you or do whatever it is to you. All you need is that one nigga in the crowd to say, nah, that's my man.
I just ran a forward, son. We just
Yeah, that's
we kicked it afterwards.
that's
Yeah, that's
my
not
man.
happening. Yeah.
Nah, yeah. It's all they need to listen to their people, and you good. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
And you remember that, you do the same for yo, that nigga saved me. Word is born, niggas got you dead to rights. But meet the kids, so I'm becoming a bigger and better criminal. So I go to Baltimore. I could get out, go to Baltimore. When I go to Baltimore, I'm not writing yet, but I got a good memory. I've always had a good memory, so I'm just storing shit.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to Baltimore, Baltimore has a profound effect on me. I see things I've never seen in New York. I thought New York would prepare me. Here I am, maybe 21, 22.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably 22, 23, because I did like 3.5 on that 8 initially when I got paroled.
Yeah.
So, and I started seeing shit that was just like breaking my heart. Like the heroin abuse down there is just crazy. You can't even believe people live like this. I see the police beating the lady's ass. I'm like, yo, he beating her ass like that. What are you gonna do to me? I was like, yo, this shit is crazy out here, right? So I never kind of forgot that, right? So I get locked up again. So I'm locked up in PA this time. This is it.
Okay, wait. Hold on. We gotta slow you down. So you did the 3.5. You paroled. You said 3.5 from 8.
Yeah, I paroled.
So you paroled, but you didn't parole back to New York. You paroled to Baltimore.
No, I paroled to Maryland. I was in Maryland.
Yeah.
Okay, Maryland, right? Okay. Yeah. So you get back on the streets of Maryland. You still get into it, essentially.
Mm-hmm. It's by myself. The whole team is gone. My man and them caught a body. They wouldn't see them niggas for 25 years later. Whole team is done. Whole team I came out with over. Other man got a body in New York. It's just crazy. Everything is done. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's just me now.
If it's just you now, instead of going back home to New York, what makes you now, again, you're an adult, right? You don't have to listen to nobody, right? You're not a child anymore. What was the decision to make you pivot and go further out and go Pennsylvania instead of coming back to what you already knew?
My other man called me and was like, yo, I gotta move for us. My man from New York. So I'm down in PA. So I'm down in Maryland, right? Okay. It's two things that didn't make me come home. I didn't have to go home. I'm throwing out the garbage. I live with my man and his girl. And I see my man from New York. Like, I'm putting out the garbage. I see my man I grew up with, Skakey, all that love. Yeah. This nigga's throwing out the garbage. I'm like, yo, Nay. And he had it.
Crazy.
He had it. So I'm copping from him New York prices down there. I ain't never have to go home. Ever. Ain't have no kids. I was living how I wanted to live, bro. And I was living that street life. You know what I'm saying? Eat. My mother just always say, yo, Shannon, all you want to do is eat, sleep, and run the street. And that's what the fuck I used to do, bro. Run the streets. So I had a kid in the world, but I was just so selfish. I didn't care about my parents. I mean, honestly, if I'm staying down there, you know,
you fending for yourself. You on your own. You trying to?
Yeah, I'm on my own. So boom.
That's what it is.
And when I see my man, that solidified things. You know what I'm saying? So you know, he doing this thing. You know, he's still out there. He giving me the ropes like, yo, Shannon. He like, yo, we can't be running. We can't be moving around like that the way you moving around. He's gonna tell you, hey, you got to have it on you at all times out here. You know what I'm saying? Shit changed since you've been away. I'm like, damn, right? And I can remember one day. So I'm in DC. I think it still was beepers. It wasn't no phones yet. Maybe Sky Pages was out and beepers. So I got hit on the beeper. So I got to go make the phone call to the custody, right?
Yeah.
So I jump out, make the phone call, but as I'm on the phone, like a car come past me slowly, real slow. I'm looking at the car, but I had a long trench coat on, leather trench, and I had one hand jammed in my pocket. So, you know, they don't know what I got on me, but I could possibly have something on me.
Yeah.
But they going by me slow. I said, yo, when they come back around here again, I won't be here. Hung that phone up, jumped in the car, took off. Ah, boom. You know what I'm saying? So DC had got super dangerous, and it was definitely super dangerous for a New York dude. Like, they had killed my man Charlie, God bless the dead. They had killed my man Stupid Mike, God bless the dead. They would kill my man Navon, the kid I said Nate. They would kill him. So it just got super dangerous. So boom. So I get a phone call one day. I think I get a phone call. My man like, yo, I got to move for us. This is the same kid that put me on in the first place. My brother, like my brother.
Yeah.
I bet. Come back, boom, boom, boom. Come back. Sometimes you gotta go home and reset. You know what I'm saying? Bust another move, something else, something smoking. So jumped out there and went out there and just like, you know, once you get a taste of that money, that shit could be a gift and a curse, bro. Once you get to see some real money, you constantly chasing it, just no different than a fiend is chasing that high.
Message.
You want that same money, and that's what it was. So we went out there. I think I wound up catching a bid out there too, and this is where. No, I wound up catching a bid out there. I did a 2 to 4 out there. I think I went back on a violation. I think I got back out again. Came home, and then caught a bid in Jersey on a turnpike. Niggas had a face down, ass up on a turnpike.
You know, I was
Pause.
Pause.
Pause. I said pause, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta do the double with that. You gotta,
yo, bro. So when I caught the bid, right? And I caught that bid. So now I'm like, damn, I got the open case. I got the parole joint. I'm on a run for parole, I think in PA and in Maryland. And I got a new case. So I'm sitting there like Mobb Deep. Sometimes I wish I had 3 different faces. I'm going to court for 3 cases. So I'm on Rick constantly, going from this place to that place. They coming to the county jail, getting me, blah, blah, blah. Coming over there, finish the bid over here, coming back over here. So from I went to Baltimore because that's where I owed the time at. Then I came back to New Jersey. Then gave them they 18 months for the 5 flat that they gave me, and then I went to Pennsylvania. Now in Pennsylvania, it's the most important part of the story.
Wait, we gotta slow you down, Shannon, because you're giving a lot of info. We gotta get into this. You owed 8. You got paroled in Maryland.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you caught so when you left there is when you caught the case in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Right?
2 to 4.
And then caught the joint in Jersey.
Yeah, but what was the number that they gave you in Pennsylvania when you caught
2
the
to
case?
4.
Okay, so they gave you 2 to 4. So all right. So now, what did you get caught for in Pennsylvania? Same thing. Was it a direct sale?
Drug. No direct sales.
Okay.
But in PA they had something called what the fuck was the name of that shit? Oh man, they direct sales is even worse because I forgot the name of the
Commonwealth state. That shit is crazy.
It would be worse because it wouldn't be the same day. It could be 6 months later.
Wait, what?
And you made the sale.
You gotta explain that. Yeah, you gotta explain that.
I can't remember I can't think of the charge. I can't think of the name of the charge. But you know, Commonwealth laws are differently.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so you owed a 2 to 4 to there, and then what did you get caught for now? You said you were on the turnpike, so they pulled you over.
You probably bringing something up.
Yeah, so we back out, we back at it again. The gang so I'm back at it again, hitting the highway, gotta go to New York. Boom. You know, I went there a couple times. I wasn't supposed to be there this particular day because I didn't really trust my partner because he was a little childish, but he was a good dude. Good dude out of Philly. He was just, sometimes he would just when I saw him walking, bopping through the Port Authority with his pants leg rolled up, with a knapsack full of work, I almost lost it. So I didn't trust him from that. I said, I can't send this nigga here to cop by himself.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Shannon. Though you had a lot of red flags just listening to your story, right?
Yeah,
you know how they say, and you religious, right? You know how they say God sends you signs.
Yeah.
Give me a sign.
I think he sent you a couple signs, like, yo, bro,
but
you paying attention.
let me say this though. Wherever I was at, I was supposed to be there. I'm gonna tell you this: jail saved my life.
Okay.
I could have been on the streets and dead. Jail saved my life.
Message.
It's true.
A lot of people died. I just named 3 people. Just 3. But it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? That died while I was doing these bits.
See, your story's crazy, bro. I want because I ain't go front. I'm saying that I didn't realize the time. So we had an hour. So I'm ready to get into your journey too. But what obviously all these experiences made you want to write. And so can you tell us the moment that you
I met the kid? So I was up to that. So I met the kid in PA. So he's like, yo. He's like, he. So I met him. He had got shot in front of me on the streets.
Right.
So he wrote like, yeah, that's gonna be in my autobiography. Boston Road and Fish. Boston Road and Fish, an American tragedy. Look for that soon.
Shout out to Boston Road and Fish.
So he was like, oh, yo, Sean, oh, so we chopped it up, whatever. He wrote 3 books, and just talking to him, I knew I was more intelligent than him. I knew I lived longer. I knew I'd done more things. I knew I saw more things. I was a reader. I was a long time reader. You ever hear somebody on the radio, on talk radio? I'm a long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah.
Well, I was a long time reader, first time writer.
Gotcha.
Whenever I read a good book in jail, I wasn't in jail. It didn't matter what they had for child. Only thing that mattered was on the other page of that book, because it transported me out of this prison cell, out of this prison, to wherever I was at, to this fictional place. So, you know, I enjoyed books a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the older dudes, they called the TV the idiot box, and I never want to be labeled an idiot. You know what I'm saying? So they would, when they see that I had something on my mind, they would feed me books. As a man thinketh, whatever, whatnot. They would just keep feeding.
Wait, hold on.
Oh shit!
No, we good. Now you back.
Oh man.
Who's up?
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Yo, Shannon, tell the other podcast, man, stop trying to hack the feed, man.
I don't know.
Desist letter to the fucking
yeah. So
what is involved?
What was I saying now? I forgot what I was saying.
You said you was
so I met the kid. So
in jail, they would give you books. They would feed you mentally.
So I met the kid, and he wrote these 3 books. But I was smart enough not to read his books because I didn't want to be the second him. I wanted to be the first me. I wanted to find myself. And when you're first starting out, you're easily influenced. And I didn't want to be influenced on him. I didn't want to be an extension to him. I wanted to find who I was. You know, so sometimes you got to be by yourself just to find yourself.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
That is to be by yourself, to find yourself. That was a bar.
Sometimes you got to be, and this is, I didn't serve time this time. I let time serve me. You know what I'm saying? So I started out on this journey to write this book. And I didn't know if I could do it or not. I mean, it's the ultimate test, me against myself. I know when I want to quit. I know when I want to give up. I also know when I want to go on. So I said to myself, yo, I failed at everything in my life. I wasn't a good drug dealer because obviously I've been in jail 3 times. I failed to quit school. I said, I'm going to see this shit through. I'm going to give this shit the energy and effort, all the energy and effort that I gave the streets, and see where it takes me. And that was my main goal. Just to outdo me, not nobody else. It was dudes in jail that could write circles around me, literally. They were just that talented. But here's the thing that they didn't have, that I had. I was so determined, like, you know, some of the naturally talented people are the most laziest people you ever gonna meet. I was just too determined. I wasn't gonna quit. I wasn't giving up.
Fine.
I said, this is me.
Hard work beats talent. Talent don't work
this gonna be me right here. And I never wrote for money a day in my life. Till one day, this kid, me and him used to go to the library every day. My man She from West Philly. Library every day. And we were on the same tier. And we just, know each other like head nod, yo, what up? You know, pleasantries, nothing deep. We ain't never kick it, spin a yard, nothing like that. So we would exchange books from time to time. Yo, check this out. Yo, check this out. Yo, check this out. So one day I said to him, I said, yo, I got this book I want you to read. Mm-hmm. He said, yeah. Bring it down to my cell. Before we lock in. Bring it down to his cell. The next morning he shot up to my cell. Oh, shot up the tier to my cell. He was like, yo. He said, this is his exact words to me. He said, Shannon, you can get a couple of hours with this. I said, what? He thinks this about me? And I'm not his friend. Because you don't have friends in jail. You have associates. You make these allegiances. You form these allegiances and these alliances. But you don't have no friends in jail.
Message.
Your friends, you're not friends. You're friendly.
Yeah.
That's it. So I met him. I mean, and he told me, when he said that to me, that's when I started
believing
it. Because it's like something. Am I feeling myself? Because I'm hearing this voice in my head, but I'm feeling me. So he kind of validated what I was feeling about myself.
Right.
And when that stranger did that for me, I said, okay, I'm gonna pursue this shit. Now he put the bug in my ear. Yo, you can get a couple of hours with this. Okay. You said that, I'm gonna pursue it. I just started writing people. They was giving me 20 free envelopes a month. What you gonna do? You gonna tell me no? You already telling me no if I don't do it. Hold on a second. You already telling me no if I don't. God, I blow my nose. Hold on.
No, bro. That story real, bro. Shit. Motherfuckers tuned in and tapped in, son.
Fact, man. I mean,
so
you can.
I send my thing out. I send letters out, and I just started. It becomes like a feelers. I send out feelers to see what I get back. Who biting?
Yeah.
So I discovered that, Simon and Schuster, they're not taking unsolicited manuscripts. Could you imagine how many people go to school for writing, and how many people? And me here was me. I just fell into this shit. So they was like, meaning unsolicited manuscripts. It mean you have to have an agent to broker. I'm in jail. How the fuck I'm gonna get an agent? Okay. So my man from Brooklyn, my man from Canarsie, he had a Fed magazine before the administration, the prison administration knew what it was.
Yeah.
Let it through. And in that magazine, it was Terry Wood's address. I said, yo, many months, I had probably read it a year ago before I was writing. I said, yo, let me get that magazine back. He didn't know what I wanted it for. I wrote her address down, gave it back to him. And I wrote her a letter. But not nothing crazy. Oh, girl, you look so good. I was just like, yo, I got this book, and I went on to explain. I went on to do a synopsis and a cover letter explaining to what the book was about. Once I broke it down. And then to my surprise, I get a fucking envelope underneath my door, and it says Terry Woods. I'm like, oh shit. And she says to me, send me your envelope, self-addressed envelope with your book inside. I said, the prison had already told me I got it. Like, one thing I believe niggas in jail. They are brutally honest. If you got it, they will tell you. And if you don't, they will gladly tell you that shit too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't clown me. So I knew I had it. The jail told me I had it. So I knew what the world gonna tell me.
Yeah.
I knew I was ready for the world when I got in that situation. And the rest that they say is history. And I be telling Hans to this day, I said, yo, you didn't even discover me. I discovered you. You didn't know I existed. I knew you existed. And I said that to say this too.
Wow.
I was able to take my time to craft the best novel I could. I used time as an ally. Nobody knew I was coming, but I knew I was coming. Yeah. It's like that.
Pause.
I didn't press the button on that one. I didn't press the button.
Y'all niggas is killing me.
Yo, because you was in a rhythm, bro. We got a clip.
You're in a flow, but you just repeated it once too many times.
Bro, but they didn't know. Nobody knew I was, was I aware or that this monsoon, Monsoon, this tidal wave was coming.
Yeah, now we used up our pauses.
I'm dead, man. Y'all.
We used up our pauses, but that was real. Yo, but I want to ask you, broski, can I ask you a question? Because that was some real shit. Yo, bro, how did you deal with the bid? Once you got the Terry Woods response, bro, how do you deal with the business of that? How do you know how to negotiate what you get, bro? Who taught you that?
Bro, what I did was I signed what they call that?
Whether like an NDA or some shit?
No, not an NDA. I gave him the power of attorney to my father.
Okay, got you.
I did that. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? And my father actually signed the contract for me. But what was I going to? What wasn't I going to take?
You said the world. You said I was coming. The world didn't know I was coming, and then we hit you with the pause. And then before that,
but that was because I wanted to know the same thing. Because yes, she's Terry Woods. Yes, she can definitely change your life, but you're at such a vulnerable point where somebody can very easily take advantage of you.
And yo, trust me. And there are people out there like that, and I call them paper gangsters because they will take your life with the swipe of a pen, have you wrapped up and bound up. Is nothing you can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at that point in time, I had to trust the process, bro. And the game was too new for you even to know how to rob me.
But you know what I will say. I want to give you a shout out for being confident enough to actually reach out, because you could have felt like I'm incarcerated, I'm a predicate felon, or whatever the case may be. She's a publisher, a writer, accomplished. What the fuck she need a book from me for? And been intimidated and not even reached out to her. But you shot your shot. You know they say.
No, my thing is this, like.
What I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing you can tell me is no. And you already telling me no if I don't ask you. But if I ask you, that answer might be yes.
Message.
That's it.
So I get this from my man in jail, right? He said to me one day, he's going back to court. He said, Joe, sometimes you gotta take a shot in the dark. You might hit something. I watched that man go back in the court on a legal technicality and beat his case and walk home a free man. And when this was my shot in the dark that I had to take. I didn't know I was just shooting. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Seeing what was gonna stick. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it worked out for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people see my logic is I got a real good logic. I used to read album covers as a kid, and I would find out who wrote Michael Chuck didn't write that album. Oh, but on that same album cover, who told me where the writers and the writers' credits were and the dedications. I would read everything. It was the name of the company, Columbia Records, and the address of it. So I just applied that I did as a kid to books now. I looked inside the book and there was the address right there on page 1.
Wow.
So they gave me 20 free envelopes. Nobody wasn't writing me anyway. So I just started writing everybody.
So let me ask you a question on that, right? And I think you're gonna know where I'm going with this, right? To prepare you to be able to write that book, you had to go through exactly.
I had to go through
to be in the right mindset, right? To have the right strength, to have the right energy, to put the discipline into writing that book. Had anything changed, you took a lesser bid, like you said, anything changed, it doesn't put you in the jail at that time. You don't, meet the guy and exchange the books and things of that nature. And possibly you never write the book in that moment.
That's real shit.
I mean, and we can go even further than that. When I wrote the book, it wasn't just sunny side and easy breezy. Them niggas laughed at me. You writing a book? Yo, they told me to my face, we're gonna have a book signing in the prison yard. We're gonna sign your book over this garbage can, and we're gonna throw it in that one. And they was laughing.
The CEO said that?
No.
Prisoners.
Inmates.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
But my thing was this, though. Who are you to tell me what I'm going to be? That's not between me and you, what I'm going to be. It's between me and my God, whatever I believe in. That's what I'm going to be. You right here next to me. But it could have ended if I had a fragile ego or whatever, self-conscious. It could have ended right there.
Yeah.
It could. I think about that. See, dreams are very fragile things. They could work out or they can't, and it's a thin line between that. Are you going to be diligent and persistent to see this? It was a lot of things that could have stopped that could have derailed that. But like you said, I just felt like I had gathered all this information. My mother said to me, she said, you could have been writing all this time. I said, how I know? That's I got locked up and been by myself. Exactly. Really getting that solace, that peace, and you know what I'm saying, and that dedication. You know what I'm saying? You know, when dudes wanted to talk about writing books, I was writing a book. When they was in the yard kicking it with their homeboys, I had the discipline enough to go on myself, writing my book, ball of paper, go through it.
How long did it take you, bro? During the
like
process?
9 months.
9 months? That's crazy, bro.
But I really thought it out. I wrote the book. This is the advice I always give new writers. Mm-hmm. Write the book you want to read. I wrote the book.
Yeah. Gem.
Because whenever I was in the streets and when I was seeing these girls, and you see girls beautiful enough to be any man's wife, and you like, yo, what you doing out here? You get these thoughts, oh, I could take her home, I could clean her up. She know what you do. You know what she's doing out there. She knows what you doing out there. I can remember this chick called me. She said, you gonna sell me the drugs or what? That shit snapped me back to reality.
Yeah.
Because I know she wasn't gonna buy it from me. She's gonna buy it from somebody. She might as well get it from me.
Might as well, bro. But what made you go? I feel like the book is a play off your life, but why not do like an autobiography? And why do?
I'm
just curious. You know what I'm saying? Because what you told us, it was crazy.
Any book I wrote is a piece of me in there.
Facts.
My likes and dislikes play out on paper.
Got you.
You just maybe not know me well enough to see those. You know what I'm saying? Because you take a piece of you with everything you wrote. My autobiography is coming. I feel like I'm finally famous enough. My autobiography is coming. It's just halfway written, so it's definitely coming 2024.
Well, that's interesting that you said. Why do you say now that you're finally famous? You've been famous.
I think I'm famous enough because you got to have some type of like, what you call it? Not to say I didn't have the story, but I need something to stand on, a platform. I have this platform, and now I'm going to another platform, which is movies.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So, like, my third book was probably the closest thing I ever written to my life, which was Never Go Home Again, which I was in jail, and I remember school teacher was telling me, he said, son, so I'm daydreaming, he come tap me, and I'm like, yo, what's up? He like, what you thinking about? Your mind's drifting, right? You ready to go home? I said, yeah, I'm ready to go home a couple weeks. He like, yeah, you can never go home again. And then he just walked off. And I was like, what? I just told this old crazy ass man I'm going home in a couple weeks. But when I got home, he was the first person I thought of. After I'm laying in the bed and I'm seeing what I saw for the day. Buildings was there that wasn't there when I came home from jail. When I was home, girls was pregnant that wasn't pregnant when I was home. Dudes was hustling that wasn't even in the game when I was home. So it was all like a upside down universe to me. And I thought about him, and he said, "Never go." So what he was saying to me was, "You can go home. The home you return to is not the home you left."
And that's real.
And that was
that was
when I wrote "Never Go Home Again." That was totally out of his phrase that he said out of his mouth.
Shout out to homie, man.
He got to be dead by now, man. I was 18. He was 60, 70 something back then.
Nigga, your story is crazy. I wish we'd have did this shit in person.
Hold on, Shannon, I just gotta let you know something.
I keep it
Yo, you're real as fuck, man.
Like, I'm just like, yo, you gotta be dead by now. But
I mean, come on, I'm 18. This nigga's like 75. Come on, man.
Okay. Just clear it up for the listeners and the people that are absorbing this to understand, right? So I counted roughly, let's call it 8 to 10 years you were incarcerated, right?
11. I did 11.
Okay, so I was close, right? Yeah, so now let's say you did 11, right? So you started getting locked up roughly 16. We're going to put 11 on top of that. We're talking about 27-ish, correct?
I started getting locked up when?
You said
16, 15, 16.
16.
Yeah, yeah. We ain't gonna count. That was a skip bit. We don't count that bit, but it's time.
Okay, so no, because the reason I'm asking
18.
Okay, so you say 18, because the reason I'm asking is, again, right, you got locked up and then you had the mind of a child. Remember what you said, right? I had the mind of a child. I didn't understand death. I didn't really understand consequence and things of that nature. Now that you've done these state bids in multiple states, now you're an adult with a much more mature acclimate. You understand what I'm saying? Now you start to write this book. So you said you wrote Be More Careful while you was incarcerated, but then you just also said that you wrote Never Go Home Again while you were incarcerated. And
no, I didn't. I ain't say I wrote that while I was incarcerated.
No,
only wrote one book ever while I was incarcerated. Everything else came.
That's why I'm trying to clear it up. That's why I'm trying to clear it up, because I'm trying to get the full spectrum of the timeline as not only you progressed writing wise, but as you progressed, through your life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, I was writing for nothing at that point in time. I was writing to change my life, and now you're getting these hundreds of thousands thrown at you, bro. That is some heady shit. Yeah. I'm outgrow to my mother and my father with one check.
Man,
it's like, who could tell you about money when you don't come from money?
That's a fact, though. Hey, but now that you're there, though, bro, like, I want to ask you, how does that work, bro? How does the business of selling books work? Like, is there royalties? Is it things like that?
Yeah, it's royalties. Yeah, it's royalties, it's advances. So with Terry Woods, I had pretty much got 15%. So I had a sliding scale. So a book is $15, right? So I was getting $1.50 a book. So which led me. So I sold 100,000 books. I had 100,000 in my bank account the next year when I was home 1 year from jail.
Fine.
So. And you was correct on some of these things. You said, yo, that number is off, because when we first started out, there was no book scan. There was no sound scan. That shit came to play. It missed a lot.
Nigga, the way that shit was traveling in the hood, the way Mama Love and them loved it, my cousins and them.
I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Books like that, we didn't buy from bookstores. We went to 149th and
the Africans.
And the Africans used to have, and listen, I'm not.
That's not no stereotype, but that was real shit.
I'm not saying it's right, but let me tell you something. When we wanted one of them novels, one of them fucking urban joints, that's who the fuck we went to, because we knew we had the heat, bro. Those were your number one people that was spreading that fucking.
Yeah.
The Polish went to Ever, all those.
I can remember somebody impersonating me. My cousin called me like, "Was you on 34th Street this morning?" I'm like, "No, bro." And I was so fucking mad because I said, "Damn!" I said, "Damn!" I remember when I didn't want to be me. I had all these cases on my back. They looking for me. I'm like, and now somebody impersonate me. Oh, I was so mad. Oh, I was just like, damn.
Shit.
Yeah. No, he's listen.
That's real.
You might have gone 100,000 in the metric market, but in the hood, you like certified
platinum. Yeah, definitely. That was just for that joint. But let
me say this to you. The certain books were so good, like your book was so good that after you read it, you're not letting another motherfucker borrow it, because they don't like to give shit back. I'm just keeping it 100 with you, right?
Yeah, it was like that.
They be like, yo, you wrote the Be More, you got the Be More Careful. I'm like, facts. Let me hold it. Negative.
Yo, bro. I used to have to pull out my ID. Nobody believed me. I wrote the book. I'm like, yo. He said, you don't look like an author. I used to be like, well, what do an author look like?
Look.
You know what I'm saying? I was never accused of being smart, I guess.
You said I came across somebody on 3rd Avenue trying to be you, son. Yo, that's wild. That's wild.
Because you got to remember, this was before the internet.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, it wasn't my face wasn't on the back of that book. Anybody could be me. You could be me.
Yo, that's real. That's real. But with that being said, though, bro, was there anything that you would have done differently from a business perspective?
No, the business was the business. The business was good. It was just the personal relationships that fucked up the business. With me and Terry and stuff like that, and me and a couple other people. It was the personal. It was the jealousies. It was a lot of different things, man. We could have been Kobe and Shaq.
But that's real, and that's why I asked you that, because those stories need to be told, bro. Because you could have been Kobe and Shaq, and how do we avoid that? How do we, you know what I'm trying to say? That's a lesson learned. Obviously, it happened in your story because it was supposed to happen, but you know what I'm saying? What are some gems that you can give us, the other people, to avoid that?
I don't know, like, I mean, yo, bro, when your idols, I think about that song, when your idols become your rivals. Yeah. I started meeting these motherfuckers, and I ain't like them. I liked you better on the back of your book, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was just like they were threatened by me, bro. Here I was, this kid who a high school dropout who's dominating in a college dominated profession. I was that guy, boy.
Talk about
they
it.
Was Shannon Holmes, like, yo, I used to hate my name, bro. I used to hate my name growing up. I learned to love that shit. That shit had a ring, so I'm like, damn, this shit sound pretty good. I like the way this shit sound right now. You know what I'm saying? So
he's taking them to school right now, God. He's taking them to class right
now. You start meeting these people, man, and they not, yo, they not who they appear to be, bro. It's people that's trying to finagle you, trying to get you to do this and get with you what they want. I'm like, nah, bro. Nigga, like, yo, could you write this book about $1 million ticket? I said, that shit don't happen in my hood. But he just wanted to use my name for sales. That's what he wanted to do. And I was like, nah, bro.
But let me say this to you, though. I'm glad you said that, because I was definitely going to bring it up. Again, only having a 10th grade education. And again, we didn't get into, like, did you actually have a manager? Did you have somebody that was already?
Oh, no, I had an agent. I went and got an agent. But even with that shit, it was like, I only went and got the agent because I felt like somebody spit in my face. And
after somebody did dirty. Yeah.
This dude was on my body, like, pause. I'm gonna pause. Y'all gotta do it. Y'all gotta do it.
No, nigga. For content purposes.
You know.
Hey yo.
You my nigga. You my nigga.
So the Asian dude was really hawking me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I told him. I said, yo, bro, I'm not signing with you yet. But when I do sign, I'm gonna sign with you. So I had that street shit in me, bro. And you can't take that over to the business side. It's gonna hurt you. Facts. So I did want him. So
wait, Shannon, wait. Before you do that, I want you to listen to this, because you're probably gonna answer this. So I want you to hear where I'm going. When the dude asked you, because you had an agent at that point, when the dude asked you to write the book and use your name, why didn't your agent tell you that you can do a licensing deal? Like, he didn't bring that to the table for you?
I didn't have an agent at that time. When I was still, I didn't have an agent at that time. I didn't get an agent until after Be More Careful. Somewhere after Be More Careful, when the split occurred with me and Terry, and when she said to me, she said, Shannon, you can't come to my office anymore unless you make an appointment. I was like, what? I am your company. I said, okay.
Whoa. Can we sit there for a second, bro?
Hold on, we gotta.
No, I just want to ask you, who owns the actual rights? Because she was getting the lion's share of the book because of the distribution. So now you have it.
I own it now.
You own it now. So what is the process of getting it back? Because it didn't sound like it was like fucking good.
Oh, the process was civil court. That's another story.
Ooh, okay.
So when she told me that, I took it like she spit in my face. Like, how dare you? I went right down there the next day and signed with that dude. So now when she called me, I was like, yo, talk to my agent.
Wow. Damn, bro. I hate to ask you a follow-up question, because we about love and flowers. Would you work with her ever again, and would you ever?
Yeah, yo, don't get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong, man. We made our mistakes, man. We made our mistakes, and we just started really getting really cool the way we was, because I have to ask myself this question too, and she had to ask herself this question: where would she be without me, and where would I be without her?
There you go.
There you go. When you have people have to have like a mutual respect for one each other, and mutual need, and understanding that what would you be without me, what would I be without you? I could tell you, I don't know where the fuck I would be without her, but she better tell you the fucking same thing too, because I made 100,000, she made 500,000 that first year, but we generated 1.5 million that first year. So I'm breaking numbers down. Like, I always say, and I say this, don't nobody got nothing on me in publishing but Terry Woods. She cut my checks. I never cut hers.
Talk that talk, man. Talk that talk, man. You talking that real shit, bro.
That's
your shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's almost 7, bro. Are you able to go? Or we definitely still got the
I got it. I got it. But yo, I got to do this again with you because a lot of things I didn't get out.
Yo, bro, it was a lot. Yo, first of all,
we didn't get to a lot, bro. We didn't get to a lot. This is
we vibing. First of all, the next one we'll do in person or something like that. We'll figure it out, bro.
Yeah,
we got the production team. We'll bring the cameras.
We got to get that shit. That fucking.
First of all,
we got to give it all that weird shit y'all got going on there.
The whoa.
All the Dennis, what's his name? Whoa.
You, Shannon, because remember, like, before you drop Be More Careful, you know what I'm saying? You was an unpublished writer, right? You like you say you didn't write for nothing, but after you drop Be More Careful, now you got the platform, now you got the accolades, now you can talk about writing the autobiography. All of that means this.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yo, but let me tell you one of the worst stories ever connected with Be More Careful.
All right, real quick, yeah.
So dudes is coming at my head. They pause.
You know he's gonna get a whoa. But we're gonna let it rock because we on time.
Listen, dudes is coming at my neck. They like, yo, they thinking I'm really like just not that boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really was a schoolboy or some shit like that. So it's like, yo, that's my life you writing. And I'm like, word, that's what's up, right? So I'm fighting this dude in the middle of the street. And this girl comes running up to me like, yo, do you know who the fuck you are? Do you know who the fuck you are? Yo, bro, I felt so bad that this woman knew my worth, and obviously I didn't know my worth. I'm out here scuffling with these niggas. Yo, that
was real.
That was crazy.
My ex-wife once told me, she said, Shannon, when you do something, it's nothing. When they do something, no, when they do something, it's nothing. When you do something, it's news.
But what Hov said? If I shoot you, and
you
shoot me, you're famous. What's the nigga to do?
That's a fact, man. Listen. We know you gotta go, man. We sincerely appreciate you coming through, man. This is part 1 of your interview. We definitely
this is definitely funny. This is definitely different.
Bros love, bros. Big Bronx.
Very informative though. Funny and informative.
Of course, man. Of course.
Yo, we definitely gotta do it. Let the people know where they can find you at, Shannon. Anybody looking for you, anybody looking for your projects, let the people know.
I'm Shannon Holmes wherever I go, man. So Shannon Holmes Media, IG, Shannon Holmes on Facebook, the what you call it?
IG Shannon Holmes Media on IG for sure.
Tubi, you can find my movie Be More Careful. Type it in. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Roku. Yeah. You can find it on a couple platforms. Find it on Apple if you want to. But I want you to go to Tubi.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know ahead of time, man, because I sincerely enjoyed your book. When we do,
we gotta do an in-depth joint. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I definitely want an autograph copy.
Yeah,
man.
please.
Just make sure that you read the book. Don't be pump faking, because I had some couple people pump fake on me, act like they read it, but they didn't read it.
Listen,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Don't make me bring my mama out here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mama
you better brush up.
Bring my mama out here. But Renee don't play. And the funny thing, both our mamas named Renee.
Both Renees don't play.
Both Renees don't play. Don't make me bring my mamas out here. But we definitely enjoyed you. We definitely the conversation. You still there? You froze up?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was a fire interview, man. I think you got a wealth of knowledge, and I definitely think that we have to continue.
Yeah, I gotta talk to the kids, man.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Let's do it, bro. But we want to get
you do part 2. I'm sorry the pictures gotta wait, but I looked up. I was like, damn, we 58 minutes.
Yeah,
it was good.
When you're having fun, bro. That's it, man. But with much love, man. We rooting for you. We shining. You shine. Keep shining, bro. Big Bronx energy. Make sure y'all run that up. Be More Careful on Tubi. Make sure y'all brush up on your knowledge on it. Part 2 coming soon. We gonna holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Text me. All right, later, y'all.
Seeing it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me? I've done it all. Just one.